Three men with 3 decades of separation debate 3 tough choices every week. This is the Pick 3 Show. Welcome to another edition of the Pick 3 Show, where each week the Pickmaster General selects a topic from our cloud-based database and tasks the panel with selecting their top 3 choices relating to the subject. With 3 decades of separation between the panelists, there is frequent debate, derision and disagreement. But as we always say, there are no wrong choices, although we prove there are frequently some very poor opinions. Today's chosen topic is overrated foods. Presumably foodstuffs that the world tells us we have to love, but that we simply have no time for in our personal diets. This subject plays to the gastronomic expertise of Gareth, the I eat everything philosophy of Andy, and the food is fuel ethos frequently espoused by Martin.
Not even 2 minutes in.
You join the panel in the Chinese supermarket, where Gareth and Andy are determined to show Martin a product range way outside of his comfort zone. So, morning, gentlemen. I'm presuming you're both regulars in this pantheon of oriental flavours.
I think so, Martin. Are you out of your depth a little bit here?
Well, no, I haven't actually. It's not like we're not underwater or anything. We're just in an aisle looking at some stuff that I wouldn't normally buy.
We'll take you around the corner to the fish tanks.
Yeah, exactly. The raw fish. You would
well, sorry, if it's fish tanks and the fish are swimming around, they're obviously raw fish.
No.
You have to then...
Well, there's some that are lying there as well. Have you been to elocution lessons this week? It was all a papa tea. It was all wasn't it?
It's just diction.
It's diction.
It's just what we do to try and present our podcast in a listenable format.
Funny, a few of our listeners sent in voice notes about Martin and they used the word like diction. I couldn't make it out. One, Colin McCamley especially said Martin something diction.
Do you know, I am a huge fan of Colin's because he's a regular listener to the podcast, and I think it will help him over time to speak more properly.
He has actually submitted a couple of answers.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
He does always worry.
This was a good topic that as soon as it was said, have we talked about it, overrated foods, haven't we? Yeah. So
well, we have mentioned that this is what today's topic is.
There was that many big words, gastronomic, tea and tall.
Jiggy likes that more than the sound effects.
He does.
To be honest, I was looking forward to it. Was the Andy gag I was looking forward to.
Oh, we saw that.
It was a mile off.
But anyway,
right. So I have to say it was a good topic. Things just rhymed off, and I am going to rip Sean through it.
But that's because you boys like a much wider selection of foods than I would. I had to narrow my list of things down. I just ignored total food groups, so I just ignored things that I wouldn't eat completely and went to things,
which is a big list.
Oh, it is it's quite a big list. And in fact, since I walked through the door here at the Chinese supermarket walking down, I'm not convinced I've seen many things I'd be just picking up and heading home with.
You've been gagging a bit, hasn't he, since he walked down
here?
He has. He's fascinated by some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it's the stuff that, and as I say, everybody's entitled to eat whatever it is they want.
Have you ever seen this hoisin sauce?
That particular brand? No. For those of you watching in black and white, Gareth was holding up a jar of sauce. For those of you watching on YouTube, he was holding up a jar of sauce because we don't have any actual visuals on YouTube yet, albeit we do have the podcast.
Shall I jump in then? Number 3?
Go for it.
Number 3 is quite a contentious one because it's one of these things that's appeared over the last, I'd say maybe 10 years. It's suddenly people are going, it's a great breakfast. It's a great meal. Avocado toast. So avocado is one of those things as a food, which I'm not a huge fan of anyway. But if I go into a restaurant or a cafe or something and you look at breakfast related items and you see something like an Ulster fry at like £10 and you see avocado toast, $9.99. That's what I seen last week. I was like, so you're saying avocado toast is the same level of food and cooking as something like a fry that people are putting together? So, and I know it's a very popular thing, and a lot of people will be screaming at their radios or wherever listening devices. But
sorry, how many of our listeners listen on the radio?
I'm preempting our syndication in a few months.
It'll be syndication. That would be good. Most of our listeners are, have their little headphones in. They're walking the dog. They're doing something like that, and they're listening to you complain about the price of avocado toast.
Avocado toast. Now, price is irrelevant, but I think it's just the fact that
price is irrelevant. You listen to him.
He's already complained about the price.
No,
that was part of it.
If he dropped 50p, it would hit him on the back of the head the way down.
More the choice, I think, of a thing that people go out. It's a great breakfast. And you go, literally, it's 2 bits of toast, some avocado spread on it.
No, I do agree with you. But where did avocado come from? Like, growing up, I wouldn't even know what an avocado was. Would you?
No,
the same.
Avocados arrived and became this legendary food. They were rare because, I mean, they're grown in places like Australia. And and imported, and certainly back in the 1970s, I wouldn't even have been able to tell you what an avocado was, let alone would we have ever seen one to actually eat.
Although it would have been perfect for feeding kids, wouldn't you? It's all soft and mushy and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's very highly rated for early years first solid foods. Avocado is right up there because my granddaughter, it was about her second or third food that she was given. Solid food was avocado. And I'm going, what is wrong with these people?
You know, whenever he says that, whenever he says it's good for early kids, solid foods, do you not actually think it's for him, really?
Thinking of his Weetabix
His
consistency.
Weetabix, exactly. And the way his consistency, like, so I couldn't stop smiling whenever he was saying that.
Oh, yeah. So I would ask Martin what his opinion on this, but I know what his opinion. What do you think, avocado toast?
I mean, yeah, totally overrated and totally overpriced. But I have to say, I do like it.
Do you
I do like it.
I'm like
we sprinkling of pomegranates on it, a wee bit of feta cheese, and a wee bit of nuts on it. Martin, you would love it.
There wasn't a food group you listed there that would make it past my consideration. That is a lunatic. Now, Andy, here is the most worrying thing that's happened in a long time.
Oh, this sounds ominous.
My number one choice
All right.
to say absolutely not, it's overrated as bejiggins, is avocado.
Oh,
That is my number one choice. And here's what I wrote, because actually, this is actually weird.
I wonder where you got the Australia comment from. I was like, Martin,
he's
no,
researched
they're
that.
grown in
I'm going to
Australia.
tell you why. Because there's an extra story. There's a particular injury comes with avocados.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, go for it, Martin.
So, cafes and coffee shops cannot get enough of the stuff, is what I have on my notes here. You can order avocado toast, smashed avocado with poached eggs, or many other combinations, except the one I actually want, which is no avocado at all, ever. I do not want it. It is not. Bizarrely, my darling wife absolutely loves avocado, and she would eat avocado, straight from the sort of, it's not a shell, it's from its skin.
Yeah.
And she would eat it with a spoon and a little bit of salt on it, and that would be it. None of this berries and nuts that you do. But anyway, so it's not that our household has never seen an avocado. I just have no interest in them whatsoever. But it's the obsession people have with creating it into a superfood.
I agree.
And forcing you that every single where you were. I was in the States recently, and we went to a breakfast place, and I could not find a single thing on the menu that didn't have avocado wedged into it. I began to get really quite annoyed.
I could actually imagine that very easily.
I mean, what is wrong with bacon, egg, and hash brown? Perfectly acceptable. Oh no, let's wing some avocado in there.
Yeah, but are people using it such as, you have it with your bacon, egg, sausage, whatever, but are people using it as part of their 5 a day? It's like when they put fruit on a pavlova, it's part of your 5 a day.
I don't think it counts. And technically, if they put strawberries on, is that a fruit?
Ooh,
You see, our strawberries are fruit. Now, the dangers of avocados.
Oh God.
And this is actually true. Now, there's two dangers in particular. One, there's a very high incidence of people injuring themselves opening avocados and removing the stone.
Oh yeah.
And they stab themselves and they use knives and various things. You should really only use a spoon to poke out the stone in the middle. But a lot of people use the knife they've just cut it open with. Either try and dig it in or cut it out. And the next minute it slips off the thing and goes straight into their hand. However, there's a bigger and more important injury associated with avocados. And I discovered this 4 or 5 years ago now. My son was due to go and work out in Australia. He's a doctor. And one of the places that they had the opportunity to go and work was Bundaberg.
Oh, yeah, the rum.
And where the rum comes from. But it's also huge avocado growing territory. It's also sugarcane and various other things. And one of the injuries that's regularly in the A&E in the hospital is avocado thumb. And that is the pickers who are cutting avocados down and all the rest of it have a tendency to lop their thumbs off and various things, or hit them to the extent that they have to. And avocado thumb is a renowned sort of injury associated with the production of avocados. You see, the stuff you learn on the Pick 3 show, you wouldn't get this. If we were on the radio, they'd have already done 4 adverts and moved on and played a 1980s track for Gareth to bop around to.
Oh,
I like that. Yeah, do you know what? That's a great fact, Martin. I like that.
he got more facts than you. So.
I know. Whenever I said it, there was a sort of serene moment where he didn't say, that's a good pick or interesting pick. There was something else coming, which we knew it. Well,
do you know, it's always worrying when I cross over with you boys because it generally makes me feel like I've done something wrong. That I've in some way failed my audience.
He does sit there, thinking he's more intelligent than us, doesn't he? His picks.
He sits there with his researched picks, whereas we're more like, we're the people's choice.
He does.
Well, as we've said many, many times, I have some notes with me. Gareth brings his iPad with some scribbled notes on it, and Andy turns up.
I think our listeners, if they had their choice, they like that sort of raw, authentic style.
You remind me of a Larson cartoon at one point.
Which one?
And that is the one where the, what you would call them, the Danes are invading and they're attacking the castle and the Vikings are coming over the castle and they're running over and they're all charging to get in. And one of them looks at the moat and goes, oh, goldfish.
And survives to tell a story.
Absolutely. Look, I'm here to do, goldfish. I
love that.
So anyway, Gareth, your number 3 choice.
Number 3, I have controversial choices. First one, pizza.
Oh.
People rave about pizza. And the truth is, it's a bit of bread with tomato and cheese on it, if truth may be told. I am just okay with pizza. I would never go to a pizza restaurant. I would never order pizza in an Italian restaurant. And there's only one type of pizza that I eat, and that's made in my uni oven.
Oh, you stole my line. I was going to say, did you not get a pizza for your 50th?
Which I need to eat for my 50th. So to tell you the story, I was 50 during COVID and up visiting.
Late COVID.
Late COVID. So I had to get out of there. I was quite quick. Good on you, Warren. So I was up visiting my mum, and I knew those days, you stood in the garage, and I was up with my 3 daughters, and we were chatting away to my mum. And my mum said, it was before my 50th birthday, and mum said,
she's kept that on though since then, hasn't she? She makes you stand in the garage to talk to her.
She says the COVID still exists. No,
not like that.
Just stay in the garage, Gareth. It's fine.
We're sitting there chatting or whatever, and she said to the girls, what are you having for dinner tonight? And they said takeaway, and says, well, what are you having for takeaway? And I says, well, we want pizza, but Daddy really hates pizza. And my mum's face dropped, because she had already bought a pizza oven with my brothers for me for my 50th birthday, and I had just obviously wiped it with that. But the truth may be told, the uni oven is fantastic, and the pizza that is made out of it, where you can make it yourself, put on the proper stuff onto it, is so much nicer. But pizza, everyone raving about it, everyone talking about takeaways, etc., Domino's, flat, thick, filled with crust, all that type of stuff. complete waste of money. Just go and get a white bread, tomato and cheese sandwich.
I love the fact you used to say to me if you were on holiday with the girls, you were like, "Oh, where do you want to go for dinner?" They go pizza.
I go no.
And you'd go, "No, not again.
No,
not again."
Or no, typically.
I have never once said to you since we started this podcast
Right.
that you're wrong. Oh, no, I have. Actually, quite a number of occasions.
I
But
think of what podcast we were listening
you are
to.
so wrong. Pizza is a great food, and you're saying it's overrated.
It is.
And that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I get it. And you're entitled, as we've said many times, to your own opinion, however wrong it is. But the very fact that you're actually making pizza and claiming it's good by comparison, but no other pizza that you, from anywhere else is good enough for you.
I'm saying good, but I use it
Did
3
you not
times a year.
do a pizza for 2 on a date night recently, and you said it was magnificent?
No.
Oh, so it wasn't the pizza?
Oh, the date night was magnificent. But sorry, I didn't make that. So I did. But it's overrated. I'm not saying it's fantastic.
Sorry, the date night or the pizza?
No, the pizza.
The pizza.
What's your ideal pizza?
Pepperoni, cheese, tomato.
That's the mistake.
Well,
Take the pepperoni off. It's awful.
What do you?
so you're just tomato and cheese.
Sometimes ham.
Who lives on the edge?
And this
Sometimes.
This is your favourite food. Someone who
No,
eats
I
nothing.
didn't say favourite food. I said I don't regard it as overrated, which is today's debate.
But anything you're eating.
Well,
must
it's only
be overrated.
there's about 3 food groups
That's what I'm
that I
saying.
eat. Yeah, I get that,
But a bit like avocado in some way. Like we were all growing up, there wasn't pizza shops in every corner.
No.
Pizza was such a rare thing. You got the old sort of,
they were rubbishy little frozen ones that you got from the supermarket.
They were.
and then I was.
Or do you remember Findus? That was actually like it was half a baguette.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember
yeah.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually, I forgot all about those. French bread.
French bread pizza. That
That's
was
what they're
it.
called.
French bread pizza. There's an example. Pizza is Italian, but they called it French bread pizza.
Where-
You probably liked that, did you?
Not overly, no. Where is the biggest pizza culture in the world?
America.
Almost certainly.
Probably America, yeah.
And therefore, I mean, again, the pizza that is in America is not the same as the pizza you'll get served in Italy. And in fact, Italian pizza, they don't add a whole pile of additional things.
Yeah.
No.
It's actually very straightforward, and then you maybe get it with a salad or something.
Do you put rocket in your pizza on top of it?
Rocket is a rubbish. It's like crap grass. It's dreadful stuff to eat.
it
Do you
is.
actually like rocket? No.
But people are putting rocket in pizza.
I know.
Friend of
Why
the,
would you do that?
I'm not into the cold and hot together, by the way.
Well,
That's
we know
one thing.
that.
Yeah, that's one thing I
friend,
do.
friend of the show, Pete McQuillan, gets a fried egg in his pizza. That goes an extra level.
Can do that.
Just one? Is that enough?
Oh, you wouldn't know. Right.
Martin.
Give us your number 2. Or no, who is it?
Well, I have gone because
number
I
3.
originally
Yeah.
I have agreed with Andy, which,
Okay.
as I say, makes me feel slightly odd. But
It's-
anyway,
Yeah.
My number 2, which is slightly controversial,
is it? Is it really?
it is. It's chocolate, but chocolate, the new movement over the last 5 or 6 years of all these different chocolate variants.
Yeah.
So, and not to sound like Martin here, but a good bit of chocolate, dairy milk or something. Cadbury's, authentic, incredible. Not chocolate with Biscoff included or chocolate. There was one with raspberry ruffle the other day. And these are all like variants that have come out. And
No, I
people-
do love raspberry ruffles.
Yeah, no, separately.
Yeah,
I
okay,
love them.
yeah,
But
yeah.
whenever you put them into like a chocolate, now, obviously the likes of Cadbury's and these companies have started to say, "Whoa, we can weaken the amount of cocoa we put in stuff and put other cheaper variants and charge actually more." Biscoff and Cadbury's, the one that I seen last week, was like £3.60 in Tesco for this bar. And I was like, the normal bar was like £3, so 60p for the same bar with Biscoff in. And I was like, nah, straight away, I was like, what an absolute swizz to do that. So yeah,
So you just bought 3 or 4 of the other ones?
no, I already had 10 in my cupboard. But actually, I did. A quick story. I remember Liverpool won the Premier League Jurgen Klopp. It was 2018, 2019. On their website, you could buy commemorative chocolate with the squad picture on it. I was like, this is great. It was like $1.50 a bar. I was like, I'll buy 5 of these. Got them delivered. This is great. I'll save it for a week or month or something. A month later, went to eat it. Sell by date. There was like two weeks of the sell by date. I was ridiculous.
I hate the way it goes white.
Yeah, that was it. It was that molded
Well,
stuff.
that's if it sweats. Don't put it next to your boiler.
No, this wasn't the boiler. So chocolate, number 2, chocolate variants would be the sort of phrase. And our listeners are probably have things that they've seen that falls within that
Yeah,
trap.
I am totally in agreement with you. Chocolate, Cadbury's chocolate, number 1 by miles. Number 1, but even above that, Cadbury's chocolate from down in the south.
I only found this out recently.
Completely different.
Completely different. Someone mentioned, it was actually Nicole Bell said to me years ago, you would get better Cadbury's down south than you will up north. And I was like,
creamier. But the other thing is, I'm with you on these variants or the expensive chocolates or, all those other, what's it called, green and blacks and all that type of stuff. No. It's only Cadbury's.
But that's the posh stuff. That's the pure, because Cadbury's isn't actually that high in cocoa.
Whenever you see that stat, which I think I've told you before about, when you lift the bar of dairy milk off a shelf now, it doesn't say chocolate on it.
No.
Because it's not legally allowed, because it's not 80%.
Just says dairy milk.
It doesn't have the same weight on it when you lift it off either, sure it doesn't.
I think...
Look, prices are up. Amount of chocolate in a chocolate bar is down. I mean, I bought a toffee crisp recently. And I remember when toffee crisps, you needed to, lift them down with 2 hands, because they were huge. This thing was like a 2-bite special.
Yeah.
Do you remember the selection boxes? The size of the bars in it were fantastic.
Absolutely great. Now,
terrible.
you do know that the milk used down south is so creamy that, in fact, the Greeks buy it in to make yogurt. And although it's made in Ireland, so it's kind of Greek style yogurt, but they use it because that milk's even better.
I think Martin's got a specific part of his memory,
which
just remembers something. He goes, I can't let that.
I can't. I can feel it flagging in front of me that I've got to go.
Well, I'm going to have to do an admission as well, which I only noticed yesterday.
Oh,
it said, which I never noticed unless it's changed, Greek style yogurt.
Yes. What a win. What a win.
Did it ruin your breakfast?
It ruined it. So it did. Now it's still absolutely fantastic. And anyone who have recommended
And to be honest, you're quite good.
on it.
You're quite good muesli. Probably made up for the fact that the yogurt was only Greek style.
Quite good muesli.
Martin, what's your view on dairy milk type chocolate and that?
Well, I'll ask you a question, which is the original variants of Cadbury's would have been, you'd have dairy milk and then you'd have fruit and nut and you'd have whole nut.
Yeah.
And those have been around. Those have been around forever.
Are they the variants we're talking about, or are we talking about the variants?
This
of
is what
chocolate?
I'm asking Andy. Is to a certain extent,
those are solid enough. Those are ones where they actually sometimes elevate the brand. It's these new sort of kids on the block like Biscoff added
or Dubai chocolate.
Yeah, that was one that appeared in quite a few people.
Yeah.
Well, your other choice is to nick it. You either got to buy it or to nick it.
Right. He is on fire this morning, isn't he?
Well, again, I've been enjoying the whole experience of wandering around and wondering what Ting Tang chocolate is, which they have bars and bars of here in the Chinese.
Let's move on quick.
My number 2. This was a hard choice for me between 2: steak or chicken wings.
Oh, it's easy.
Right. Oh, it's being overrated. And
that's easy.
What?
Has to be chicken wings.
Well, chicken wings, yes, which only because now, and it only comes in because I see the queues outside the chicken wings places at the moment is just nuts, and they're not even.
So is
great
everything you buy a takeaway?
No. Why?
Well, you're just
I'm just
saying
talking about overrated food.
Yes, overrated food.
But now I'm going to go to the one I'm going to choose is steak.
Ooh, that's
So, I mean, massively overrated for me, overpriced at the moment as well. And you go and you really look forward to a steak and you buy it. And then whenever you cook it and eat it, it is always disappointing. Or when you order it in a restaurant and you see the price, like an ordinary steak now is £35 to buy in a restaurant. Martin, the ones that you're in is still that's mince, by the way, just in case you're thinking that was steak.
I call those burgers.
Exactly. And you go in and you're looking forward to it, and it's never that good. Always disappointing.
So here's a question. So you go into a restaurant, steak, one of the things you would often get in a...
Never.
Yeah.
I would ever get it. Overcharged for...
Would you take
Very easy
pizza
to get
ahead
wrong.
of a steak?
In a restaurant?
Yeah.
Who's buying?
Martin's got the check for
Well,
that.
the one thing I can assure you, it won't be Andy.
If Martin was buying, I'd definitely buy the steak because I actually really just love watching his face whenever he pays £35 for it.
I was very tempted to go to Starbucks again earlier just to see
Oh,
his
just
face
see his
walking.
face, oh, brilliant. But no, I'd probably take pizza rather than steak in a restaurant. I just think it's overrated. And then also whenever you buy it yourself, you can get it wrong and it comes out tough or bouncy or whatever.
I think the operator error is obvious in the home cooking department, because I would be an excellent cooker of a steak.
Cooker of steak.
Of a steak.
I hope, is it...
In what way? Why do you say that? See, there's and also it brings out the absolute tubes who say, I can kick a steak. And that will come on to my number one very soon.
Quick
right?
question. When you cut into a steak, would you like to see some juices flow from the steak, or are you someone that cooks it until you're sure it's dead?
Well, I'm someone who likes a little bit of juice coming out of it and more moist than...
Than the dry steak you sometimes produce for yourself?
How would you, Martin?
rather than the blood running out of it.
Rare is the way, yeah. What were you, Martin? Medium? Rare?
I would be on the slightly rare side of medium.
Yeah.
You know,
Steak's an interesting
And
one.
whenever you say you cook it brilliantly,
yes.
what?
As in, people seem to enjoy eating it.
Our listeners are going to be a bit put out because a couple of our listeners said to me recently, is the only thing Martin eat Weetabix? And I said to them, yes. And they both didn't bat an eyelid.
I know.
I would have to say Weetabix is very high up the list, and I would at this point, although we're discussing steak at this point in time, but I would say to the listeners who thought it was hilarious to write in the world's most overrated foods might be Weetabix. You are very sad people, and I hope you find a purpose that isn't just trolling us for my particular liking of Weetabix.
So you like steak?
Yes.
Would you have it often in the house?
Probably, it would be frequently a Saturday night dinner that I would cook, and I would prepare it with a range of freshly done vegetables and various things.
What about sauce?
I personally don't require a sauce.
Okay.
My wife sometimes would have a pepper sauce that we would put on it. But for me, if the steak itself is good enough, I think sauces are used in a lot of restaurants to hide the fact that the meat is mediocre.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
So where on our advertising, where do you get your steak from, and what steak do you buy?
If you go towards the back of the cow and that you start cutting in there, those are where the best steaks are.
Well, for example, what is that there? Like, I haven't cut into
Well,
the cut
whether or
yet.
not it's a rump steak, whether or not it is a New York strip or various things. And I know what you were really asking is, where do I go to actually get the steak, which is obviously the butcher's. But the reality is, it's an excellent food and it's an excellent source of iron.
Yeah, but all the salt age stuff, all that type of stuff.
Oh, no, you can go completely other way. I mean, sure, there are those steaks that some boy in London was trying to sell, and they were 600, 700, 800 pounds a steak.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he cuts it with a sword and he dusts salt. Don't be
That's what I'm saying.
ridiculous.
It's overrated.
No, but that's overrated.
That
But
experience.
anybody that pays that for a meal is an idiot.
Yeah.
It's
That's
overrated.
just being
That and
completely-
chicken wings, I'll add on to that there. But
Chicken wings for me, actually, now you said it, would probably have crept into mine. I didn't even think, I would never order them. I would not buy them.
Can you imagine how long after chicken wings he'd be with his little teeth cleaner, the thing that jets water?
But you do make a great point.
Does
There's
he?
a few chicken restaurants I go past now. I'm like, there's queues out the door at lunchtime.
well, the one down Lisbon Road.
Yeah, there's one Ballyhack.
Massive queue.
What about yours, Martin, number 2?
My number 2 is very simple. It was my number 3, but since number 1 has already been trucked out.
Yes, sir.
And let's just keep this very, very simple. Blueberries. People love blueberries. They are supposedly a superfood. People have them all the time. Blueberries, 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 blueberries everywhere. And I find them utterly tasteless. No value in my world whatsoever. I like lots of fruits. Blueberries, absolutely not. Vastly overrated. Have to buy them all the time because my wife enjoys them with her morning yogurt. Greek style, actually, but made in Ireland, so it's only Greek style. And, from my point of view, what a waste of time.
I'm interested in the fact that both Martin's picks are things Debs really likes.
And he calls them overrated.
I'm sure there's no correlation.
No, none whatsoever. I mean, she is fully aware of my food habits by now, but no purpose for them.
I like blueberries, and actually, I don't think they're overrated. I do enjoy them. Now, I don't enjoy them with my muesli, because I just like the muesli and the yogurt together. I like it separate. But I do like them, and I do think they are good for you. And I would go in to the supermarket and buy blueberries. And actually, I had an early exposure. Blueberries obviously were massive in America.
Yeah.
Whenever I was in America in 1986.
They're quite small.
But they were big, and I remember the blueberry trees. And whether there is a yearning back to nostalgia again factor in that, but I do like them.
Blueberries.
Old blueberries, they've gone now, but I do like them. So I will disagree with Martin on that.
I think, I could take or leave them. I could see what you're saying, Martin. It is one of these foods that people have started calling a superfood.
Correct.
Yeah. And they've started saying, and you question people, why this superfood? Oh, well, I watched a TV program recently that said they're a superfood.
They boost your intelligence. Well, I've met plenty of people who eat blueberries, so there's no significant sign.
And there's no hope of they eat more.
Yeah, you put them in the same ballpark as avocado. To me, it's hype. I think, there's a lot. I can see that.
We are dangerously close to agreeing for a second
do you
time
know
in
what?
one show.
Our listeners are going to be a little bit surprised.
True.
But no, good choice, Martin.
Okay, so that takes us to
Number one.
Andy's number 1.
My number 1 by a country mile, crustaceans. Lobsters, crabs, things that you have to put a lot of effort into getting minimal meat from. It's one of these things. I remember as a kid in Boston years ago, we went to this restaurant. Oh, it's the best lobster in New England. And God comes out. So how do you do this? You have to break this. How do you do this? And where's the meat? It's there. You turn that up. I was like, my God, this is really the amount of food and effort required into that. And I've got friends of mine who would go, lobster's great. You buy this, you do this. No, crustaceans as a food group, crabs and lobsters I'll put in there. It's not worth the effort. And the meat, I'm not really is it that much better? No.
Sorry, Martin, that was a wee cough there. He just looked at me. I'll look at you, Andy, just for the next 5 minutes because he's not happy. So the actual food I love. I do love lobsters and prawns and crab, but see the effort if I had to go to a restaurant and do all that cracking, and I hate the peeling of the prawns that come out. And you're right, totally not worth it. Overrated. Why the restaurants have to serve it like that rather than just give me meat.
I would also put on, you've just highlighted something else to me, seafood that comes out on the bone. And someone says, I get this fish, it tastes nicer on the bone, and you try to cut through it and it's like, this doesn't taste nicer.
Well, actually, that happened to me last week. We were out for a meal in a local restaurant on Lisbon Road here, and I ordered monkfish tail, right? Which in my opinion, I was ordering monkfish with no bone in it. It came out with a bone in the middle of it, about the size of my index finger, and completely ruined the meal for me because I was picking round it, trying to get bits and pieces out. So hate that as well.
What do you
think? To be fair, it wasn't great for the monkfish either.
What do you think, Martin?
Well, I have a very interesting story about crabs.
Okay.
And where's this going to go?
So many years ago, there was a shrimp dating a crab. And they were dating away for a while. And eventually the crab said, I really quite love you. I would like to marry you. And the shrimp says, I'd love to marry you too, but there is no way on earth my dad will let me marry a crab. He hates the way you scuttle sideways and do just all this. He just hates that. And the crab says, don't worry, I'll come and talk to your dad tonight. So later that evening, the shrimps are all in their little shrimp hole and there's a wee knock outside, and the crab has arrived. And the crab comes walking in and walks straight up towards the shrimp's father. And as she passes the shrimp goes, how are you doing that? And he goes, shh, I'm pissed.
Oh, I have to say that.
Told by David Niven on the Parkinson show in about 1980, and I love that joke.
I have to say, you told that excellently.
Yeah, you did.
I was hanging on every word there.
Well, it's David Niven. Thanks, David Niven, for a great gag. My father was completely allergic to shellfish.
Okay, yeah.
And I've just made the assumption I am too. So I don't see the need to prove to myself whether I am or not. So I have no specific opinion on
So you've never
crab
tasted...
or lobster. I've never eaten lobster, crab, prawns, any of them.
Right.
Interesting.
Never once.
Yeah,
Well,
It's danger.
true. Yeah.
You're right. On the hassle is not worth
back
it.
to your-
I want to enjoy.
It's back to your
food.
chicken wing thing.
Yeah.
If the flavour was that exceptional and you got loads of meat, you'd be like, I could
You're
do
eating it off a bone and all that.
No. So,
that's
yeah,
not-
number one, crustaceans.
Understand it.
You've had a good show, Andy.
Oh,
You've had a good show. For someone with so little preparation, this has been an excellent show.
excellent, Martin. See, when you're as quick as me, you don't need the notes. It's all up there.
No, you're absolutely. But for anybody who was watching in black and white, there, Andy tapped his forehead. Just
Can I also interject about the message Martin sent us last Friday? Congratulating us. How good of podcasters we
It
were.
was excellent. It was nice.
Oh, it made my weekend,
He
actually.
regretted it. But
Oh, he didn't like sending
he
it.
didn't it?
I was obviously tired and emotional. Anyway, Gareth, your number one choice.
Number one, massively controversial. I can see the podcast getting switched off them when I say this. Barbecued food. Barbecued food. Men in particular go on and on about barbecuing as if it's a real sign of manliness. All it is burnt food. Sorry, burnt food. Now, my great friend Gav Noble goes on about barbecue food. I haven't tasted it yet, to tell you the truth. But he goes on and he sends me videos of lifting up the barbecue. And it starts with the barbecue closed and then it's going up like that. He loves barbecue and he gets up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to marinate it for the day. These people who also cook the Christmas dinner on a barbecue.
Yeah, that's a step too far.
And they spend hours in the preparation. They say they taste the extra smell of the woods, and they use different wood chippings, and there's apple tree wood chippings, and then they go and they eat it and go, oh, you can taste that in the food. I have never gone in and tasted this extra flavouring from the basically cremation of perfectly good food. But I'm going to give one caveat. There was a friend of mine, Mick McErlean, who's a big contributor to the show, did have a 50th birthday at Go Barbecue down outside Moira. And they did do it properly. And they particularly did a cabbage really well on the barbecue.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But they must have been, they are uber professionals at it. No one else at anyone's house I've ever been to or anything has actually come out and go, oh, I taste the difference. That is fantastic.
We went to that place with Vestige, I remember. Cabbage was the winner.
Yeah.
That was incredible. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
But barbecued food, what do you think about barbecued food?
Well, I'm just going to go back to Mick McErlean for a second, who's a major contributor to this podcast.
Yeah.
And all I can say is, Andy, I've seen no indication that we got any money from Mick McErlean. Have you?
No,
He
Gareth.
loves it. Is the red egg barbecue or the green
the
egg
Komodo
or
Joe.
Komodo Joe. That was, remember he took Komodo Joe with him to the desert island.
Do you own a barbecue?
No.
I own two. I'll tell you a quick story. So I would say a couple of years ago, big into barbecue. And I went and got a new little Weber kettle because it was charcoal. and the other one was gas. I wanted charcoal, and I was a huge fan. Oh, you have to like get the wood and you do that. This year, I think I've used the barbecue once.
I know.
Once. And people go, oh, it's great weather for barbecues. Once.
But could you taste, the way you put these chips into it, you can taste that coming into it. And I think that's rubbish. I think it's psychological, to tell you the truth.
You can taste the difference between a charcoal barbecue and a grill barbecue just because the smoke flavour comes through. That's one where you can have, which is quite an easy taste. You put two
But is it such a difference?
Oh, with a grill where you have gas cooking it against smoke cooking it, yes, that is.
So what is the point in a gas barbecue then?
It's just quick. It's you turn a thing. See,
but why not cook it in the house?
To be fair, there's not a lot of difference between cooking stuff on a grill that you have out, which you turn on gas and it cooks it there, than putting it into a grill in there.
And people then go on holidays. I can't wait to go on holidays and cook the barbecue. The flies are left, right, and centre on it. Overrated. By miles, my number one.
I'll add this to you, which will make you laugh. I went to a Caribbean barbecue once in Newcastle upon Tyne, and they say, "Oh, great! It was all seafood, all fish, nothing skinned, nothing filleted. You had to crunch the heads off." And they were going, "What flavour in this?" And we were all looking for places to hide it. But Martin, your views on barbecues?
Gareth is wrong. Barbecuing is one of life's simple pleasures. It falls into, again, it's a skill I will have required for our desert island adventure because it's just men, meat, fire.
See, that's back to what I said. Men think it's a thing of manliness. I can be much more manly. I am more manly than Martin. I don't need a barbecue beside me to do it.
No, well, again, it's what people normally say as we walk down the street together. It's,
is that hand in hand?
Gareth is much more manly. I've heard that frequently. You're absolutely right.
Is that your handlebar moustache gives it away?
It's barbecuing is just. I think it comes down to, again, and you've already indicated that steak isn't. So, I mean, you obviously these types of foodstuffs you struggle to cook well.
No.
And you obviously don't have the necessarily finesse and skills required to cook over an open flame. So you like everything to be temperature controlled. You probably have a steamer or something for your vegetables, and you steam your vegetables and things like that.
Do you have a slow cooker?
But there you go. You see,
I like slow cooker.
But there's lots of ways to cook, but sometimes some skills are just beyond you.
Well,
That's fair enough.
What is Deb's face like whenever you say, "I'm going to barbecue tonight"?
Just quite happy with it.
You think? No, what's her face? I'm not saying yes. Okay, I don't have to.
Her face is delightful, but I mean, let's not start getting into.
We'll get Martin in trouble here.
Yeah,
but does her face not go? Oh, flip me! It's going to take ages for this food.
No, it's the complete opposite. And I mean, if we were having friends around, we frequently would barbecue. Now, what men can't do, and I'm saying that's a generalization, huge generalization, is we don't provide all of the other stuff. And you see, this then would annoy you as well because it's the cold salads.
No, I like the cold salads. I like them separate. But
but with steak and various other things, or chicken, or burgers, or anything. I do like all of that. I'm sorry. That's not overrated. That's just your view.
And you like all those salads?
Oh, no. No, but what I'm saying is, but other people who come to the house do. And Debs, it used to annoy Debs. People would always say, "Great barbecue, thanks, Martin." And Debs go, "Hang on a second, I did the bulk of the work for cooking all these the bits that go around, and you just cooked some meat."
But what Debs has done is Debs has taken away the char black meat that you've cooked.
I don't.
They're enjoying the salads more than the meat.
I don't char the meat. Come on.
What I would say, and this might validate your point to a certain extent, I love barbecue food, but see if you went out to a restaurant or takeaway in Belfast to try to find, there is one in Go Hydro or something. Outside that, very hard to find good barbecue. Now, if it was a huge market demand, people...
But that's because they're pre-cooking a lot of stuff in preparation for their rush, whereas all of the stuff we tend to cook tends to be fresh.
There was one...
And what about the Christmas dinner?
Yeah, that's a step too far.
Yeah, but why are people doing that?
I seen a guy on a video on TikTok who was deep frying a turkey in oil attached to a barbecue. I was like, what on earth?
No.
And what about all this stuff on Instagram, Andy, whenever the people do the meat?
Gav, is Gav going to be commenting about
It was,
this.
listen, I'll be fully taking him out on this here. He loves barbecuing.
What's your final choice, Martin?
My
Is it
final
number
choice,
two?
which would have been my number 2, is very simply, and again, it's another quick one, broccoli. It's nearly always overcooked. It's unattractive. Even perfectly cooked, it's nah. You know, it's there are plenty of other vegetables. You don't have to worry about broccoli, but everybody loves broccoli. Broccoli is everywhere. Every restaurant you go to, it'll arrive with some broccoli or something. And I'm going, it's just doesn't do anything for me. It's overrated.
I typically agree with you, and I'm not a massive fan of broccoli, but I've just had a new recipe recently. And it enables me to eat broccoli, and it's lovely.
What's
and
the recipe?
The recipe is you grate the broccoli, right?
Oh, really?
Grate it down.
As opposed to the broccoli grating on me.
No. The broccoli, grate it, right? Spread it out on a wee tray, wee bit of oil, chili, a bit of garlic on it, and then nuts sprinkled over the top into the oven.
So you're getting rid of the flavour of the broccoli?
Well, you're getting rid of that, those big stalks, and
Yeah.
sometimes you're chewing about half an hour on.
No.
I'm with you, Martin. I'm not a fan of broccoli. It's
There we
not
go.
something-
I'm not a total fan of it either. Don't get me wrong.
What a day.
People are
Andy
afraid-
and I are working in almost unison.
It's. I don't know if I'm actually going to leave here feeling absolutely disgusted or happy, but it's a.
There you go. What did the listeners come back with?
wait.
Because overrated foods was an interestingly wide subject to throw out there.
Your favourite listener, Colin McCamley, messaged in.
Hang on, just before it. Colin, lovely to hear that you're still listening. Thank you very much.
Colin McCamley, our favourite listener, said caviar, foie gras, and third on his list. Well, actually, maybe top the way he's wrote this. Weetabix.
Yeah, but
Mushy or not mushy, not overrated, just pointless.
again, I take back what I said, Colin. It's not nice to hear from you, but there you go.
Okay, Peter McQuillan obviously comes in every week as well. Number 3, coleslaw. Now coleslaw is one that grows on you. You try and get any kid to eat coleslaw or Martin, and then
I
whenever
think you're spot on.
whenever they grow up, everyone loves coleslaw.
Yeah, it's a love-hate thing.
Number 2, avocado, and number 1, which it says by a long, long way, Weetabix.
Oh, I tell you. You see the listeners, they're just lining up to have a dig today.
What were yours, Martin?
Eric McKissick, he said Wagyu beef.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know, he says
Yeah.
all hype and ridiculous cost. Can you even taste the difference?
Eric's right. Yeah, it's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
You know, and then Janet Williamson said kale and ice cream.
Oh, they're good ones.
And I went back. I sent a question back. I said,
Separate?
sorry, is this kale flavored ice cream? She said, oh no, that would be even worse. So this is kale, but ice cream. She said, ice cream is an overrated food.
listen, I agree with her. I think
These are great choices.
Northern Ireland is mad for ice cream. Absolutely mad for ice cream. And you either love it or don't love it. Man, I like it. But people I know are just mad for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about you, Martin? Do you like ice cream?
a very limited amount of it.
Vanilla would be Martin's go-to.
Spot on, Andy.
G, any other?
Thomas comes in with oysters,
Ooh.
caviar, and risotto. He obviously lives in the same house as Martin. So is it with a butler?
I like that. Johnny McDowell, MBE for food. I'll just add the wee MBE for food. Johnny messaged in acai bowls,
True. That came up a few times.
matcha.
Yes, somebody else came up with matcha.
Somebody
What
said to
is
me
it?
matcha yesterday.
What is
actually.
it?
Johnny Kerr said to me matcha.
What is it?
I didn't know.
It's a powdery green
Plant-based
tea,
substance.
which is full of the superfood stroke antioxidant stuff
So
in it.
would we get an aisle 4 here?
Yeah, maybe
Is it the sort of
L3.
thing here is down in aisle 4?
Yeah.
No, it's stuff that you will get in coffee shops.
Oh, right, okay.
Johnny also put the caveat around stuff. Mainly things we're told by Instagram are cool to eat and drink, but often loaded with crap to hide the taste. And then he's got another one on shredded wheat.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong on shredded wheat, but anyway. Victoria Danoon, avocado toast,
Yeah.
bubble tea,
Oh, yeah.
and deconstructed anything this idea where people in restaurants give you, we have a deconstructed lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
We have a deconstructed cheesecake.
It's a good choice.
You just have the bits clumped on a plate.
That's excellent. Laura messaged in, I quite like this one. She said, cheese toasties themselves aren't overrated, but all the variations people have done recently to get an egg in a cheese toasty and get this. A good cheese toasty is just cheese on toast.
I went to one recently, not recently, but 2 or 3 years ago, the one up in Port Ballantrae direction. And it was just like eating into a big chunk of cheese. I like cheese, but it was like a big 1 inch thick bit of mature cheddar.
No, that's too much
horrible.
for you. Too much for you.
Too much for me. I like the pizza.
Martin?
Ashley Parks, he said rice, matcha, and this formed part of his sermon in church yesterday, which is salted caramel, particularly in chocolate brownies. He said salted caramel is awful.
That's a really good one, actually. Salted caramel. It's one of those ones that falls
It's
in that
everywhere.
avocado trap.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
John Donaldson said mashed potato.
Oh, man's an idiot.
And he then specifically says Ordo pizza and avocado.
Right.
Avocado's coming out of this very badly today.
It really is, actually. Any more from you, Martin?
Oh, yes. Annie Mae, sourdough bread. The butter goes right through it and the crusts are unchewable with older teeth. Sushi, cold, slimy and smelly. And bubble tea because it's weird.
I've never tasted bubble tea.
It's like the wee balls in the bottom of it. They're like...
Are they edible?
Yes, there's something. Anyway,
Yeah.
Stephen McMullen sent in macaroons and cupcakes. He said both vastly overrated.
I can see what he,
Cupcakes, yeah,
I can see what he
totally agree.
means.
Big Keithy sent in Brussels sprouts. You either love them or hate them. He hates them. I love Brussels sprouts.
I like Brussels. What? You?
I love Brussels sprouts.
You don't like any
As
veg
long as
and
they're
all
not
that kind of stuff?
overcooked.
Yeah, I'm not
If
a
you
huge-
if you get them to the point where you can suck them through your teeth, they're horrible. But as long as you can, and I like them if they're fried as well. Also, Big Keithy doesn't like sushi. Whoever eats raw fish outside of Japan needs extradited to Japan. And kale, they say it's best eaten raw. Yuck.
Kale is rotten.
It's funny. Paddy Weatherup, his number 3 was sushi. 100 different types, all taste the same. His number 2, really interesting. Truffle oil on anything.
Oh yes.
It's like, he says, it became the buzzword where people have truffle oil on chips or burgers. And he said, just ruins the taste. And then number 1, avocado toast. Flavorless, basically a downgraded version of butter. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
Yep. And finally, from me, Johnny Kerr.
Oh, John.
Who's a friend of not only the show, but claims to be a friend of all of ours. Is quinoa tastes like sandy rice. And he went on to say, BA insist on serving it in business class. And they need a good talking to.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, no.
I knew that would get a reaction.
Oh, what is?
And then he went, kale. It's got the texture of cardboard. Supposed to be good for you, but I'd rather eat cabbage. And finally, donuts. Don't understand the fuss. Heavy, sickly crap.
I love donuts.
Yeah, I can sort of see where he's coming from. It's another thing.
You'd like donuts, Andy, don't you?
I'm not a huge fan, but I can see why people like Johnny like or don't like them.
Okay. I just felt. Anyway, we have debated, derided, decided on what the choices should be. Obviously, listeners, you're entitled to whatever opinions you have. As you can see, it does lead to a discussion, and I'll be interested to see when you talk to your friends and family over the next few days what they put at the top of their list. I have to say, I've now walked 6 of the aisles here in the Chinese supermarket with the boys, and we're just approaching the last aisle, and I've yet to put anything in the basket. So
Soy sauce soon.
I don't think this is necessarily ideal for me, but the boys seem to be picking up bits and pieces.
I did wonder what he was using Google Translate for, and I've just seen over his shoulder what is shredded wheat in Chinese.
Because I want Weetabix. Yes. Anyway, we will be back with another episode of the Pick 3 show shortly. I hope that today has again enlightened you all as to what foods you should or shouldn't buy. And, the fact that I choose Weetabix as a number 1 food source, don't let that influence you. Just go out and buy a few packs. Make sure you start using it. It'll make you a brighter, smarter person. And that's how I like to view it. Anyway, on behalf of the podcast, my name is Martin.
I'm Gareth.
My name's Andy.
And we will see you all again very shortly.